Every single company out there is changing their product just slightly to add that little bit of technology so that you can feel a little bit more comfortable about spending big money on their product. This is the General Motors MultiPro Tailgate, and in my opinion, you couldn't pick a worse tailgate to put on any style of work truck. Maybe some of the half tons should have it, and I understand slightly what they're thinking, but its technology and the way it's implemented is 100% flawed. First thing here, this is all plastic, so you no longer have any steel in your tailgate anymore, and I can prove that to you. As we close this up, we have a magnet here, sticks to our bumper, which is nice, but this bumper is so thin, but we can take this anywhere on here. It does not stick, nowhere, not to a single place, all plastic. Now, if this tailgate was just plastic or composite, I wouldn't really care, but that is not my main concern. This is a work truck, like a lot of 3/4 ton and 1 ton trucks are. They have things in the bed. So this plastic area is not the best. You have to be careful. You can gouge this up, you can crack it, you can do a lot of things. But with that said, my main complaint with this MultiPro tailgate is the opening that you have around here. First, it is not level, so if you're sliding something out and it is on here, it will consistently catch. Second, everything goes down in here. I had this packed with pine needles, which are still around. I scrubbed this yesterday forever. I had little crab apples. I had everything you could imagine down in here simply because you need to have this handle opening and everything else to have some little areas in here so that you can open it up or work. And that drives me insane because as soon as you close this tailgate up, everything that's in here wants to come out this way. Not that that's a huge deal, but unless you open it up, scrub it out consistently, this fills up with crap. And on top of all the other complaints, if you were to drop this tailgate down and you had a trailer hitch in, you would have just put a huge dent in your tailgate. What burns me about this, for the guy who uses this, all of these hinges that go inside, it's completely open here. I must have spent an hour and a half cleaning this area out, trying to get everything that I possibly could outside of those hinges because it was basically starting to just drip out. Now, what I like about it is that you can lock this. So if you push and hold this top section for 3 to 7 seconds, it'll blink. There you go. So now when I push this, it's locked out. It won't open. Not a bad problem to have other than the fact that everything that you have builds up inside of here. So at some point again, you have to have the key in your pocket or close to push it to be able to unlock it so that you are able to open it up and then you're able to clean it out. The only thing I've ever used this for is to basically sit here and just put my head down and say, why the heck can't I just get a normal tailgate? So you'll hear me rant on this channel a lot about different things, and one of them is going to be the DeWalt snowblower that is in the back. I didn't like the fact that it had a motorized chute. That to me was one more thing to go wrong. I absolutely love it in its use, but I'm going to really cry the day that that thing breaks. Very expensive, very awesome. It works great, other than it doesn't scrape as clean as I'd like. But a great, powerful snowblower that should have been out a long time ago. Was it held up because of that motor? I don't know, but either way, I just want stuff that works. Now, we have these tailgate steps, or bumper steps. They work great. They incorporate everything in here. I can get up into the truck, no issue. I can get out without looking. Okay, maybe, you know, I'm not a young guy, but maybe it's a little bit more fit guy in shape, whatever. How many people are going to push this, push that down, hope they don't have a trailer hitch in, pull this down, and granted, you have a lot easier way in and an easier way out, but for what cost? And is it needed? Or at least give me the option to not have it. On some of their higher end pickups, not only are you forced to get this tailgate, you're also forced to get a kicker audio system that technically adds $900 to the price. That is insane when you look at what this whole tailgate costs, and 99% of the people are never going to use that Bluetooth stereo. Our first plow truck was a wrecked Ford F-250, 2014. It did everything that we needed. With the truck prices, we could make a lot of money on it. So eventually it got to the point where we're like, hey, we're having some trouble. Sold it, made some money, got into this thing. Fords weren't easily available at that point in time. Not that it matters, every single truck has their way, and Ford's coming out with a new tailgate. The tailgate on that 2014 F-250 was wrecked. Now, can you imagine fixing the wrecked tailgate on this? That went from a $400 fix with paint to probably $3,000 to $5,000, including all the electronics. Now, add on top of that, what if your battery's dead? You ain't getting in the back of this. It isn't happening. It's all electronic. There's so many things that we could go back to. Is it so hard to pull a handle just to get in? Do we need to have power up and power down tailgates? Drives me insane because no one needs a $100,000 truck. We could get by with some of the same technology into a $50,000, $60,000 truck, have a very, very nice truck, but they limit you. You can only get the real nice stuff if you pay for all the technology. And it's happening the same way in tools. So my point here is not only that the GM tailgate sucks, the new Ford one that's coming out, I have no experience with the one from Dodge, but why? Why keep increasing our prices above what inflation is already doing to us? We all can get by with a nice truck, okay? We don't need everything, and if you're going to tack it on, make it options instead of including it in a price and then forcing it down a lot of people's throats. That is what burns me, and it's happening in the tool market. To me, the tool market is awesome. We've had some great tools. Since 2015 and up, tools have just went in a completely new direction, and they're continuing to change now, and they're getting better and better, but the prices are going up and up and up. And a lot of us are paying a ton of money for a saw that cuts just a little bit faster, or the drill that drills just a little bit better and gets you to the point where you might hurt yourself in certain circumstances because that drill has so much power. And I get it. I'm going down the same road as everyone else. I'm enjoying the fact that I have cordless tools now that I would have needed a cord to have. Technology is great, but at what point can we just say, look, a drill's a drill. It doesn't need to have Bluetooth connectivity. It doesn't have to be tracked. It doesn't have to have all this stuff, at least for the average guy. Maybe some guy wants it, but do all of us want it? And I know for the guys that usually watch my channel, I'm gonna get 50-50 on that as to who's what and where. But I guess when I'm a little bit on some of the technology that's out there, you can see a little bit of my frustration as to where I'm coming from, because we're surrounded with all this technology and good stuff that's gonna make my job easier. And all it seems to do is come back and bite me in the ass when I'm actually working with it. And that just simply isn't cool. If you guys got any examples of this, leave them below in the comments. I'd love to hear it. It's going across everything, and even is into furniture. I mean, we have power plugs, USB ports, different things in furniture, and that just blows my mind, because what point are we going to have power plugs all over the floor, and someday we're not going to need a thing? It's going to be weird, really weird future. Comments below, give me a like on this video, share it around, always helps out. I'm interested in hearing what you guys are thinking, not only about this tailgate, but about technology and tools. Thanks again for your time. Have a great day.